you want to know the best way to prune your hydrangeas? Today we're going to learn exactly that. Hydrangea pruning is not merely a chore, but a vital part of maintaining the health and vibrancy of these beautiful bloomers. It's an integral aspect of the gardening hobby, a practice that can transform your hydrangeas from good to great. Just picture it, your hydrangeas flourishing with vibrant, lush blooms, all thanks to your attentive care and expert pruning. It's not just about aesthetics though. Proper pruning helps prevent disease, encourages new growth, and can even increase the lifespan of your hydrangeas. This isn't just another task on your gardening to-do list, it's an opportunity to connect with your plants, to learn their unique needs and rhythms. It's a chance to enhance your favorite hobby, gardening, and watch your hydrangeas thrive as a result. So, are you ready to take your favorite hobby, gardening, to the next level? Let's dive in. Before we begin pruning, it's crucial to understand the basics of hydrangea. This vibrant and diverse plant family is a favorite among gardeners worldwide, and for good reason. Hydrangeas, with their bountiful blooms and rich verdant foliage, are a feast for the senses. Their broad, serrated leaves give way to clusters of flowers that come in a range of colours, from delicate pinks and whites to deep blues and purples. The colour of hydrangea flowers can change based on the acidity or alkalinity of the soil, a unique trait that adds an element of surprise to your garden. There are several types of hydrangeas, each with their own charm and characteristics. The big-leaf hydrangea, for example, is known for its large, showy blooms, while the panicle hydrangea offers a more subtle beauty with its conical flower clusters. But hydrangeas aren't just about aesthetics, they have a place in the medicinal garden as well. Historical records show that hydrangeas were used in traditional medicine for treating ailments such as urinary tract problems and kidney stones. Today, hydrangeas are often included in medicinal garden kits for their potential health benefits as well as their beauty. One of the reasons hydrangeas are a popular choice among hobby gardeners is their hardiness and adaptability. They can thrive in a variety of conditions, from full sun to partial shade, and in different types of soil. This makes them a great choice for beginners and experienced gardeners alike. Hydrangeas also offer something for every season. In spring, they burst into a riot of colour, while in summer, their lush foliage provides a cool green backdrop. In autumn, their leaves turn to shades of red, orange and yellow, adding a touch of warmth to the garden. Even in winter, the skeletal forms of hydrangeas add an architectural element to the landscape. Now that we know more about hydrangeas, it's time to get our hands dirty. Timing is everything. So, when should you prune your hydrangeas? This age-old question has a fairly straightforward answer. The best time to prune most hydrangeas is late winter or early spring. Why is that, you might ask? Well, it's because hydrangeas form their buds for next year's blooms in the summer and fall. So if you prune too late in the season, you risk cutting off these precious buds, leading to fewer blooms next year. On the other hand, if you prune too early, you might remove the old wood that would have provided some protection to the plant during winter's harsh conditions. Pruning in late winter or early spring allows the plant to recover quickly and put its energy into producing stunning blooms for the upcoming season. So remember, late winter or early spring is the ideal time for pruning. Having the right tools is essential for a successful pruning session. Let's talk about what you'll need. First up, a pair of sharp pruners. They're perfect for making clean cuts on smaller stems. For larger, woodier stems, you might want to use a pair of loppers. They give you the extra leverage you need to make those tough cuts. Now, it's not just about having the tools, but taking care of them too. Regular maintenance helps ensure longevity and effectiveness. Keep your tools clean, wiping off sap and dirt after each use. Sharpen your tools regularly to maintain their cutting edge, and don't forget to oil the moving parts to keep them working smoothly. Remember, using dull or dirty tools can harm your hydrangeas, leading to disease and pest issues. So treat your tools with care. With the right tools in hand, you're ready to start pruning. Now that we're prepared, let's delve into the step-by-step guide to prune your hydrangeas. We'll start by identifying the old wood on your hydrangea. These are the stems that have been around for more than a year. They'll be thicker and harder than the new growth and often have peeling bark. It's important to know where your old wood is because these stems will be the ones producing flowers next year. Next, we're going to focus on deadheading. Deadheading is a simple process that involves removing spent blooms from your hydrangea. This is an essential step as it prevents the plant from wasting energy on seeds and encourages more blooms. To deadhead, simply make a cut just below the old flower head, above the first set of large leaves. Now, let's move on to the actual pruning. The best time to prune your hydrangea is late winter or early spring, just before new growth begins. You'll want to start by removing any dead or damaged wood. These branches can be cut back to the base of the plant, or to where they join another stem. When making cuts, be sure to use a sharp, clean pair of pruning shears and make your cut at a 45-degree angle. This angle helps shed water away from the cut end, reducing the risk of disease. Cut about a 1/4 inch above a bud that is facing the direction you want the new growth to take. Next, thin out any crowded areas. Hydrangeas need good air circulation to stay healthy and avoid diseases. If your shrub is overgrown, remove some of the oldest stems at the base to open up the plant. Now let's talk about how much to cut. For most hydrangeas, you'll only need to prune about 1/3 of the plant each year. However, if your hydrangea is severely overgrown, you may need to cut back more. Just remember, the more you cut back, the fewer flowers you'll have next year. After pruning, it's a good idea to give your hydrangea a little extra care. Apply a slow-release fertilizer around the base of the plant, following the package instructions. Then add a 2 to 3 inch layer of mulch around the plant, but be sure to keep it away from the stem to prevent rot. Lastly, remember that patience is key. Pruning is a process that takes time and practice to master. Don't be discouraged if your hydrangea doesn't look perfect right away. With a little patience and care, you'll have a beautiful, blooming hydrangea in no time. And there you have it, a step-by-step guide to pruning your hydrangeas. Your favorite hobby, gardening, just got a little more interesting. Pruning is done, but the care for your hydrangeas doesn't stop here. After all, the secret to a thriving garden lies in the details. So let's dive into the aftercare for your freshly pruned hydrangeas. First up, watering. Hydrangeas love water, but it's all about balance. Water your plants deeply once a week, but make sure you're not making the soil soggy. Overwatering can lead to root rot, which is as nasty as it sounds. Next, fertilizing. A slow-release, balanced fertilizer applied in early spring can give your hydrangeas an energy boost for those big, lush blooms. Remember, less is more when it comes to feeding your plants. Finally, keep an eye out for any signs of disease or pests. Early detection is key to keeping your hydrangeas healthy. Look for spots on the leaves, wilting flowers, or any unusual changes in color or growth. With these aftercare tips, your hydrangeas will be blooming beautifully in no time. Let's recap what we've learned today. Our journey began with understanding the basics of hydrangeas, a vibrant flower that can add a touch of beauty to any garden. We then moved on to discuss the optimal time for pruning these beauties. Remember, timing is crucial. Next, we explored the tools needed for this task. A good pair of secateurs, gloves, and a keen eye are your best allies when it comes to pruning your hydrangeas. After arming ourselves with knowledge and tools, we delved into a step-by-step guide on how to prune. Each cut you make can influence the plant's growth and bloom, so it's vital to do it with care and precision. Finally, we touched upon the importance of aftercare. Providing your hydrangeas with the right amount of water, sunlight, and love will ensure their healthy growth and vibrant bloom. Remember, pruning is an essential part of your gardening hobby. It's the key to having lush, beautiful hydrangeas in your medicinal garden kit. Happy gardening!